of their own destruction. So that's where we are right now. I'm busy writing the storyline, and I'm going to do a preface of what we are experiencing right now in society, in this comic, okay? Because we know that stories create the real life realness of what's happening. Now we need to recreate stories to reverse engineer what is now going on. So that's what I'm doing here. An educational comic. Interesting, right? There you go. So I'm gonna just put the pinpointers on here for now. I don't have everything ready yet, but we're gonna just start with the basics, right? What are we going to do here? Who's gonna save what? How are we going to resolve the issue? What is the planet going to do to save itself? That is the storyline here, which is, and I have a whole bunch of other images that I have to pull out of my other space, which is on my phone and my iPad. So because I'm using both, I cannot do that right now. But yes, you can, this is creating a storyline, okay? But books imitate the preface of what could happen before it happens, just like George Orwell is a good example of how that re-envisioned imagination happens and how it actually did come true. Whether we like it or not, he was actually predicting the future by writing it down and having thousands of people reading it, because that was the book that we used in schools, right? We used that book in schools to learn from the moral of the story. And that's what we're losing now. We're losing books now, right? We're losing the interest because everybody's so focused on technology. So now we have to bring it back into another world, another dimension, and make it change. We have to switch it. We have to switch the concept. Okay. Of superheroes from around the planet will come together to save the last remaining for the future outside of the planet Earth. Okay. Now I'm just brainstorming ideas, but this is how you generally start writing an idea. You just put things down, write it in, take it out, remove it when you need to. Azuki. Okay, and then I'll talk about her. Meet Kira. I'll change the names later, but we're starting with who we have here. And eventually, if people want to create games out of the idea, you can, obviously, once you have the storyline, the games could be constructed. But you have to start with something. If you're going to do a game, for me, I don't do games. I'm doing business. This is a business structured kind of format, right? So yeah. Okay. So the space crew, space team leading let's call it a very interesting name. I don't know what the name, the spaceship's name is. We know the group is called Nomadixx. We now have to have a team that is, well, the Notron, the spacecraft, the Notron? I don't know. I'll think about it. I don't know yet. Notron, the space Notron, the spacecraft. Gosh. We'll change the size of the, okay. And then we need some more sections. Okay, so today I'm just coming up with a general idea. I'm putting these images here, but I think I'll eventually expand on the concepts later. But I do want to emphasize our present day and where we're going, right? That's like that's the whole process here. Okay, so I'm an academic, if that helps. If it doesn't help, then that's unfortunate. It should help. So I've eliminated needing an animator, which is what everybody was concerned about for Hollywood. They should be, because now if you have the skills to do multiple things, you don't need to have a huge company to do it. You can be your own company. You can do it yourself. You can have these skills and be completely in control of what you are constructing. Okay, so that's what I do, is I teach people how to be in complete control when everything else falls apart. Okay. So I'm just pinpointing what these characters are going to do in the storyline. Okay, so I'll expand the vision at a later date, but this gives me a general idea of what I'm going to be constructing, right? That's like important. I don't live on, like, if somebody says you're only allowed to do music, I'm not going to listen to them because I'm stubborn like that. I will then do something the exact opposite because that's how I think. I'm like, oh no, the whole point is to break rules, right? So I'm going to break the rules in this game. That's how we're going to do it. Breaking the rules, you can come up with a really interesting conclusion, by the way. Conclusions are always the choices that are made when you do something that is out of context. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Okay.